We're all trying to live a healthier lifestyle. Set a good example for the kids, live a little longer, do the right thing. Now, one of my favorite foods is lasagna. It always reminded me of family get-togethers. Hanging out with the cousins, laughing at Uncle Jack's jokes, watching Grandpa fall asleep among the chaos. Good times. Today, we're featuring vegetarian version of that family gathering classic. On the menu is vegetarian lasagna with wilted spinach and garlic breadsticks. But be quiet, we don't want to wake up Grandpa. I'm Garret Schack, and today, that's what we're cooking on the coast. Remember those great family gatherings? Well, there's a healthier spin on the family gathering classic. Vegetarian lasagna with wilted spinach and garlic breadsticks. Let's get started. Okay, first thing we want to work with is our spinach. Because we're building a lasagna, we're putting a little bit of a cool twist on this one, so it's not just going to be fancy layers. But what we want to do is get some prep done ahead of time. So first thing, I'm going to get a little olive oil into our pan, and then we're going to work with our spinach here. I just want to wilt it down ever so slightly, soften it up a little bit before we get it into our pan or into our casserole dish to make this lasagna. Starting with a little chopped onion and garlic, just like that flavor. I think it's going to work really well with our vegetarian lasagna. And then we have lovely fresh spinach here. If you can find it fresh from the farm, that's the best. And then you'll see there is a bit of a technique to wilting spinach. You don't want to add any moisture. This is packed full of water already. So when we put it in the pan, we're just going to let the natural juices come out of that spinach, or the natural water come out of that spinach, rather than adding any extra liquid. We'll turn our pan down just to a low heat. Got it set on the number 3 setting here on my stove. And just lay the spinach down. This is gorgeous stuff. I mean, look at those leaves. Aren't they gorgeous? Popeye would be so excited right now. Now I'm going to season this with a little bit of salt. We don't want to cook it so it's brown. We want these beautiful green leaves to still be there when we're done. Fresh cracked pepper, of course. And then we'll turn our attention to the smaller pot that I have on the stove here that's just starting to simmer. It's a pasta sauce. You could use a cold sauce, that's fine. Pick your favorite one out of a jar. This one here is just a passata, so it's very simply just a pureed, strained pasta sauce. And then we're going to take this over to our casserole dish and pour it right in the middle. This is the base of our lasagna dish here today. Okay, in it goes. Want a nice layer on the bottom. Don't be shy with it. Let's go. Let's get it all in there. Why not? We're here, right? There we go. Check our spinach here again. Give it a little turn at this point. You can see it's starting to wilt. See how it started to change color there? And it's really, just starting to soften ever so slightly. That's perfect. And now, because we're using a fairly good quality pan, we're just going to turn that heat right off. And we'll let the residual heat in there finish that up. And in the meantime, let's turn our attention to the filling for our lasagna. So this is a little trick I use to get vegetables into my kids' food all the time. I just have some really nicely diced carrots, onions, and celery. Fancy French word for this is mirepoix. Fire that into our food processor here. A little bit of garlic. We don't have to worry about how fancy we are with chopping here, so we're going to let the food processor do all the work for us. Okay. Pop that in. And then we're using smoked tofu today. So if you can find a locally made tofu, have at her. And this one, because it's smoked, it's going to add that sort of element of the meat that's going to be missing out of this dish. So even your non-vegetarian friends will love this one. We do want to choose a firm or extra firm tofu. We don't want too much moisture going into this filling here. Some fresh herbs. I've just got, use your favorite mixture, whatever you like. Tarragon, parsley, basil, whole works, goes right in there. A little bit of rosemary, why not? Okay. Salt, of course. In it goes. Good crack of pepper. This is going to be the base of our filling. It's all the good stuff in here. There we are. Pop the lid on and give this a grind. Okay, everybody at home, plug your ears. Here it goes. Woo. Look at those colors. That looks fantastic. because we're grinding it up nice and fine, like I said, because we're grinding it up nice and fine, the kids won't even know they're eating vegetables. That's the beauty of it. Okay. Now, here comes the fun part of this. I've already blanched some lasagna noodles. Now, you don't want to use those oven-ready ones, and I'll tell you why, because you can't do this with them. They just break and shatter everywhere. So we want to use the ones that you have to pre-blanch or pre-boil, sort of parboil, and we're going to lay them out just as so. I'm going to grab a handful of our filling and just lay it right through the center of the lasagna here. It smells great. If you could smell like all those fresh herbs, that little bit of garlic, the onion, smelling delicious. Now we're just going to wrap that up. Hopefully you can see that at home. It's not like super tricky or anything, but roll it all up just as so and plunk it right into our tomato sauce. There we go. Actually, what am I doing here? What about our spinach? I want to put the spinach on the bottom of our pan. So it's not too late. It's not too late. It's okay. You don't have to panic at this point. I'm just going to set this down right here. It's not rocket science. We're just cooking here, right? We're just building lasagna. They've been doing this since like the 13th century or something like that, making lasagnas. And now I'll just pick that guy up, move it over, so he's sitting on a nice bed of spinach as well. And away we go. Hey, crisis averted. See that? That was easy. Now back to rolling our lasagnas here. And it goes. Press it down ever so slightly. Get those fingers moving. You know, like I said, we're not making traditional lasagna here. We're having some fun with this one. You know, I don't recommend you do this at home, okay? So you didn't hear it from me. But apparently someone out there actually tried making a lasagna in the dishwasher. And all you need is aluminum foil and use the heat dry setting on your dishwasher and the sanitize, and away you go. Like I said, I wouldn't do it, but hey, if you're feeling brave, good luck. Go. Almost there. Last one. There we go. Did you know that that in Italy they eat average person eats about 51 pounds of pasta a year? I couldn't believe that. It's unreal. In North America we eat about 15 and a half pounds compared to their 51. I don't know if they're outliving us or not, but they sure seem to enjoy their pasta, that's for sure. Okay, now, we've got them all nicely in there. Looks gorgeous, kind of fun too, right? Not just your typical lasagna. We're gonna top it with some delicious cheese here. I've simply got some grated raclette cheese. It's like kind of a sort of, you know, more pungent, stinkier cheese, but that's okay. And some Havarti, so nice stringy cheeses. We're not gonna be shy with it. Definitely want this to be a little bit cheesy, kind of like my show, right? Here we go. Okay, gang, the moment of truth. Into the oven it goes. We'll be back later in the show to pull together our vegetarian lasagna with wilted spinach and garlic breadsticks. But first, right after the break, we're getting out of the studio. You'll want to stick around for that. We're out here checking out food trucks, and nothing screams comfort better than a burger. And this one here has got my curiosity piqued for sure. Cashew chickpea burger. Tanya, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good. Very nice to meet you. So you got some awesome sounding burgers on here, but this chickpea cashew burger just sounds super unique.
Yeah, it's a little different for sure. Some Southwestern flavors in there, nothing you usually see on a regular vegetarian burger. So.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice. And then I hear you got something extra special for me.
Yes, we're gonna hot mess your veggie burger today, which means you can add this delicious fried egg, bourbon bacon jam, and sriracha hot sauce on your burger, and it's gonna be ridiculous.
You're speaking right to my heart with that. Yeah. Can we hop on and see how it's done?
Let's get it
Perfect.
done.
Let's go. All right, so we're all cozied up here in the truck. Where do you get started?
Okay, so to start your cashew burger, we're just gonna go to our oil here. Give a little spritz. It doesn't have a lot of natural fats in there from the nuts, so.
Fair enough, yeah.
It's a little 4-ounce patty of our burger here.
Nice.
Just gonna tent it It's gonna take about 3 minutes. Color up one side, and then we're gonna flip it over.
Yeah, flip it over on the other. Okay.
Now, while that's going, I'm gonna get our buns here. These are locally made brioche buns.
Nice.
So they're really nice, pre-sliced for us. Gonna toast them up right here.
I think it's key to toast the bun. Do you just toast the one side, or do you toast both?
Just the one side, so it heats through, so it's nice and warm to the touch. It makes it really nice and soft and squishy.
Yeah, but it gives it just a little bit of a crust on the inside, so it kind of protects the integrity of the bun, right?
Exactly. It's a bit of a soft burger already, so it's nice to have a little crust on the bread itself.
Yeah, nice, very nice.
So also, while we're over here,
thanks for the dance.
real quick.
Oh, that's all right.
Get my little egg here.
Oh yeah, we can't forget the hot mess part of this
the
whole
hot
thing,
mess.
right?
Oh, it's the messiest hot.
The messiest hot, I love it.
Best things in life are messy and hot, you know?
It's true.
A quick little crack. Oh, it didn't crack the yolk. Perfect.
Nice work.
Let that alone. Usually I'd shape it if it falls out of style right, but that's looking pretty, well, it's one of these.
Starting to run away on us a little bit there.
A little bit.
There you go.
Take our burger here. That's nice. Little sizzle that we want.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice color on it.
Exactly. So now what we want to do, re-tent it. I'm also going to tent the egg, just to make sure we get a little, they come out at the same time.
Very nice, yeah. I see you guys got some chips up there too. You fry your own chips?
Yeah, so we freshly slice potatoes, beets, and yams.
Very nice.
Lightly salted, fry them to order almost, about.
Perfect.
And yeah, exactly. And it's awesome. It's perfect. They're delicious and crisp. So, yeah. Got another order on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're really cooking here. That's the way it goes, right?
Absolutely. All right. Over here, little sanitizer.
There you go.
I'm gonna get our buns going.
Nice. Nice toast on that.
So Ryan here is just gonna put some chipotle mayo on it.
All right. Good job, Ryan. You're looking good over there, bud.
And he's gonna put a little bit of shredded lettuce right on top of that, on one side of that bun there.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Just some shredded iceberg, hey?
Exactly.
Gives
Just
it
nice
some crunch.
Crust. Yeah, exactly. A little light. Back over here. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I like
this. This is we have our Bourbon Bacon Jam that we make on truck as well. I'm just gonna put it on our ice bath here. So I'm just gonna crack that up a little bit.
Bourbon Bacon Jam. That sounds like music in my ears right there.
Just dynamite. It's so good. Let's check on our eggs here. That looks really nice and warm. Our eggs looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Perfect.
So you want it just to be over easy. You want it to ooze, you want it to be messy, running down your arm.
Yeah, it's not the hot mess for nothing, is it?
Exactly.
We're kind of, I think there's some vegetarians out there that might be a little upset with me right now, but
you know what,
I'm okay with it.
This has happened before, so you're not the first person.
All right, good.
And all our meat and our products are locally sourced. Our beef comes from Map Island, our bacon comes from Map Island.
Oh, wow, cool.
It's all grass-fed, no hormones.
Well, it's so important these days, and I think that's really what customers are looking for,
exactly.
right?
So there we go, gonna get that on there.
Nice. Nice, yeah, don't leave any behind on the grill.
No. It's a little bit of out of sorts here. And then it's gonna do a
never easy with 3 other people in the car with you, right?
No, it's already 3 of us on here. Just like that. Okay, you got it. Bring that over here. Put some sriracha hot sauce right on there. Nice generous amount. That's awesome.
Yeah, nice.
And then a scoop of our fresh cut salsa fresca.
Oh, that is a serious burger right there.
And then I'm gonna top it up. You never want to crush it down, right? It's all about the height.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to break that yolk. That's for the first bite.
Absolutely. And then, nice. Yeah, so we'll bring it right over here.
Cool. Can I dive in there? Do you mind if I just
Please,
just
you
right,
give her.
right there on your workbench?
Oh, there
man,
it is.
The bun feels so nice and soft. All right. Don't laugh at me, all right?
Hey, no, it's...
There we go.
Yeah, no judgment, bud.
I told you.
It's officially running all over my hands. Oh, man.
It's slop-alicious, as we always say.
And absolutely delicious. That is fantastic. Tanya, I'm going to go eat this out there so I'm out of your way because I know you got a busy lunch rush coming on.
Thanks a lot, man.
I got to get back into the kitchen, but I'm definitely not leaving this behind.
Awesome. Yeah, please come back.
It was really good.
Thanks so much.
To our kitchen, and we're finishing up our vegetarian lasagna with wilted spinach and garlic breadsticks. Now this family classic is ready to come out of the oven. Comfort food at its best. Let me grab it. Let's have a look. Oh, just that smell of the cheese. I can smell a little bit of that smoked tofu. Fantastic. Look at the golden brown on that cheese. Doesn't that look incredible? Now, hopefully you can see that at home, but I was mentioning, once you start seeing that bubbling come along, nice and crispy on top. Can you hear that? That's what we're looking for. Now, the beauty of this is every single portion gets some of that awesome, crispy, like crunchy cheese on top. It was always my favorite part. We were fighting over it at home. Okay, now, garlic breadsticks. This is a spin on it, so what we can do is go to the store and pick up some puff pastry. So puff pastry is just basically like all these layers of butter and flour all built together on one on top of the other. And the trick here is to be using a nice cold puff pastry, and then we're just gonna spread it with some garlic butter here. Now, garlic, as we all know, wards off vampires and all that kind of stuff. But a really interesting fact that I learned through a little bit of research and some help from a few friends around the studio here is that the name Chicago, the city of Chicago, was named after wild garlic. The Native American name for garlic is actually Chickawaga, or something like that. Again, it's not in my heritage. So, just fresh garlic into some clarified butter here. It's basically going to flavor it. Whatever we don't use on our puff pastry here, you can save for another time. No worries. It'd be great for flavoring anything. French or fresh bread in the morning. Garlic gets the vampires, keeps them from coming back. Okay, now we want to cut strips here. Sort of ½ inch or so. One around the other. And the fun part about this is that because we're using the puff pastry, it's going to get nice and light and crispy and delicious when we bake this off. We want to use a nice high heat in the oven, so I've turned up the oven. We got it at about 450 degrees. I can smell the garlic coming off that. It smells delicious. And we're just giving it a real easy twist here. It doesn't take much to get them going. And I'm pressing just the edges down so the rest has a chance to puff. So we press them into the pan, keeps it from sort of sliding around. Let's do one more. Season with a little salt, some pepper. There we go. Now this is the perfect time because we actually want our lasagna to rest just ever so slightly so that we can, when we pull it out of the pan, we can present it nicely on our plate. Pop this in, again, 450 degree oven. It's gonna take about 7.5, 8 minutes or so. And we'll be ready to eat. Okay, it's been about 7 minutes. Let's go have a look at our puff pastry in the oven here. Oh, smells incredible. But I have some good news and some bad news. We didn't get the puff we were looking for out of the twists, but boy, do they ever look great. Golden brown. I can see that they're nice and crispy. Look at that. So the twist part on us gave us a bit of a twist here, but they sure smell delicious. Smell the garlic coming off them. Incredible. Now, let's get this onto a plate. I mean, you can certainly serve it up family style with a nice big salad. Put a little drizzle of olive oil on our lettuce there. It's fantastic. Crack some pepper on it. And let's fire one of these chunks of lasagna in there. Like I said, individual portions right here, so everybody gets some of that crispy, cheesy goodness on top. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, babe, there we go. Let's get some of that spinach out there too, so that it looks yummy. Whew. Delicious. A couple of these breadsticks. A couple of those guys on there. Perfect. And there you have it. Vegetarian lasagna with wilted spinach and garlic breadsticks. Can't wait to dig into this. A family favorite. I need a fork. And now what better way to enjoy a delicious family-style lasagna than with the perfect cocktail. Katie, how are you?
Hey, Garrett, how's it going?
Nice to see you. Katie McDonald from Clive's Classic Lounge. So what have you brought in for us today?
All right, so with this drink, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a really simple base. And I don't always go with vodka. I always say if you're going to use it, then you really want to spice it up or have a reason. So with this drink,
because it's such a neutral flavor, right?
Yeah,
like it just doesn't really have much to it. So.
Vodka by definition has no flavor.
Right.
So when people are like, I really like the taste of this vodka, I'm always kind of like, ah, interesting. But with this drink, we're going to take sort of the makeup of a lemon drop, which is a very popular summer drink.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we're going to spice it up so that it pairs with the food. So we've got our lemon. I'm using honey as a sweetener instead of straight sugar, so it's a lot more flavorful.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Some fresh squeezed lemon juice here. And then what we're going to do is, because it's a lasagna, we're going to add basil and a little bit of balsamic vinegar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're making a base cocktail.
Yeah.
Like a really simple, neutral flavors, and then you're just going to make it sort of work for whatever dish you want to pair it with.
Exactly, exactly. You can make the cocktail adapt. So by taking that sort of super simple base, we're just going to look for 1 or 2 flavors. So say you were having pancakes, we could add marmalade and, you know, say like a peach liqueur. Balsamic vinegars, whenever
Breakfast
you're using...
cocktails, you're talking my language.
Exactly, oh my God, delish. So whenever you're using vinegars, I just put it in a little dropper, and that way you don't put too much.
Really? The magic under-counter ice machine?
Yes.
I love that one.
Yeah, exactly. Super high tech.
All right, now the fun part, right?
Yeah, shake, shake, shake. All right. So when shaking, be pretty assertive, especially when you have herbs and something that you want to mash up in there.
Right. That's helping to infuse that drink,
Yeah,
right?
don't shake down here. Get it up there, shake it.
Nice.
So, the color of this is coming from that basil and the balsamic.
Absolutely,
Super
yeah.
earthy. Some
You
people
can
are
smell
like,
it
"Ugh."
immediately. Like the balsamic smell comes right through, and then the basil.
Definitely.
Very nice.
All right, and then we're gonna take a big ol' basil leaf. I like using a big leaf and just kind of clap it, you know, and do the same thing with mint and stuff. So we'll
Release
just put
the
it on
oils,
there.
right? Yeah, perfect.
There you go.
Very nice. So how about if I have a sip, you have a bite, then we'll switch and
Perfect.
make this
I'm going after
it'll
that
be
bite
real
that
family
you
style.
called.
I know, right?
Yeah. Oh, this looks amazing.
Oh man. There's like this start of sweetness, and then bang, you get that sort of balsamic-y acidic flavor.
Completely. That is divine. So good.
Oh.
I know.
Lots of big bites.
Get
on the
right
hot
in there.
lasagna, yeah.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Yes, yeah.
See how they go together. Oh, yeah.
That's really delicious.
Oh,
Excellent
man.
pairing.
Yeah,
Excellent
thank
pairing.
you. Thank you.
Check out our website where you'll find more information on today's show and maybe a few surprises. I'm Garret Schack. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to savor the flavor. All right, let's dig that
Get that in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.